What's up guys, Mitch here from Superior Engineering. It is early Friday morning and I'm on my way to the Springs 4x4 park to hang out with the whole motorculture crew for their 4x4 weekender this weekend. Got a whole bunch of stuff planned. I'm gonna hit the highway because I've got a 3-hour drive ahead of me, so make sure you stick around and watch the whole video. Let's roll that intro. Day one consisted mostly of travel from our shop in Burpengary out to the Springs 4x4 park. Now this trip would normally take around the 2.5 hour mark, but as our good friend Mac Preston always says, you can never know when it comes to dealing with the Bruce Highway. After setting up camp, we all headed to the top of the legendary Love Hill to show off the rigs in a sunset photo shoot. First thing Saturday morning here, we're down at the Mickey Thompson test track. It's always fun to come out, test out what our products can do and show them off in a place where people can get up close and see how much flex we can get out of just a dirty old GQ. Man, this morning really set the pace for the rest of the weekend to come, with drivers of all levels of experience getting in and having a go, and even the park owner Lucas decided to set a few challenges to see if yours truly could keep up, even though I was in a rental. Yeah, if the locker switches would work, figuring out other people's cars to get the lockers to work, that was all it was. It's just no lockers. Once it buried up in the guards, it just stops. Enough traction on itself is not going to move forward. So once the lockers worked, it just drove forward. It's little hole.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why?
All in all, I think everyone can agree that no one drove the test track harder than the team from Meredith Metalworks. Casey decided to push his brand new 300 series to its absolute limits and see if he could keep up with the pace set by Lucas and us in the big red coffin. After some quick lunch, it was time to head off for the first major event of the day. The Legend X Hill Drags was some good old-fashioned drag racing. Almost every driver wanted to give the drag racing a crack, which made for a super exciting and dusty afternoon. But there was one race we were all waiting to see. The Meredith Metalworks Toyota Land Cruiser 300 series versus the GWM Tank 300. This was a straight up battle to the bones as to who was willing to hold their foot hardest on the floor to see who pulled out the top first. From the hill drags, we headed straight to the Jukes of Hazard and Mud Run. The Jukes of Hazard track is designed to test how much mechanical sympathy you're going to give your pride and joy. The track features 2 jumps, which you can either decide to navigate like grandma on a speed bump down the shops, or, as it's named, after the Duke boys themselves. Additionally, there's 2 hairpin turns at either end, which had all drivers scrambling to pull off their best DK impressions. The Mud Run. Now this one took a lot more encouragement with the crowd gassed up, Maria on the microphone. We had a few lonely souls ready to give it a crack. We had our first contestant ready to give it a shot. Although we put up a solid fight, sadly, the Mud won this one. But there was one man willing to give it a solid shot no matter the consequences. As our legendary mud-covered heroes drove off into the sunset, it was time for the main event we'd all been waiting on. So here we are, Beerock Hill. 60 metres with its steepest grade at 49%, cameras really don't do this hill justice. Now this hill only has a 50% success rate, so we were ready to sit back, crack a cold one, and see who was ready to give this legendary obstacle a shot. Plus, we have a few killer little prizes to give away to the best drivers.
What a weekend that was. A whole bunch of wheeling got done out at the Springs over this weekend. All drivers across the whole park, heaps of killer events. I want to say a massive thank you to Motorculture Australia for having us out. So stoked to meet the whole team, hang out, and just check out all the events all weekend. It was so much fun. We also want to say a massive thank you to Lucas and the whole Bree family for just keeping such a great park out at the Springs 4x4 Park. So make sure you subscribe, check out all the stuff we've got coming and the videos we've got coming for this. It was so much fun. Thanks for having us out.